it's me, back for another day of learning about our letters. And this, to me, is the most exciting day because I know we practiced and tried writing our own letters with the special structure and the opening with the message and then the closing or the signature at the bottom for somebody in particular yesterday. But today, we're going to take what we learned about how to write letters and think about how we could write letters to some of our everyday heroes, because today is a really special day in Boston, and it's called One Boston Day, right? One Boston Day, I'll tell you a little bit about what that means, but really it's a day where we stop and be sure. We always try to remember to say thank you, but it's a day that we really want to stop and take a pause for a minute and say thank you to our everyday heroes and how they really help make our life so much better with just the little things that they do. So let's get started because we get to use some of our awesome writing skills now to write some letters to some really important people. So, One Boston Day is this Friday, April 17th, right? And this is a special holiday we celebrate here in Boston, really to celebrate three things: resiliency, generosity, and strength, demonstrated by the people of Boston. Boston's where we live, right? Those are three big words: resiliency, generosity, and strength. And resiliency really means that you don't give up. It means no matter what happens to you, you always come back and you try again and you keep working at it until you get it. Kind of almost like that little girl in The Most Magnificent Thing, right? She doesn't give up. She's super resilient. And the people of Boston are also very generous. That means that they give and they give and they care, even when they feel like they have nothing left to give and care for. When they see somebody who needs help, they try to help, right? And strength. What does strength mean? You probably know. Yeah, strength is kind of like they're very strong. It means that they're not afraid when things get hard or they get tricky. They don't give up. And it's kind of like another form of like when you're resilient, usually you're also strong. It means that you can take whatever comes at you and you figure it out, right? And so that's part of what we stand for here in Boston. And this is a day where we all take a pause and we think it's pretty awesome living here in Boston and having people like that here, right? And so really we want to think about how we have certain people that do this sort of work every day, right? There are people in our community who do this every day to really protect and support our neighborhoods and our schools through their own acts of kindness, right? And they aren't people whose names we always know or that we always see all the time, but they're people who are just always there. And really, that's what an everyday hero is. They're that word heroes. You know what the word heroes means? Yeah, a hero is somebody you really look up to, right? I don't know why I can't think of any hero. I guess my hero is always my mom, right? I always really looked up to my mom and my dad, some of my family members, and I had one of my favorite teachers was one of my heroes. He really inspired me a lot, and I feel like he taught me a lot about how to write really well. And there's also more like everybody thinks of the famous heroes, though, right? The people like that we read biographies about in school and study and learn more about their lives of presidents or famous music people or athletes, right? Those are some of the heroes that are like famous heroes or movie stars. But really, in One Boston Day, we're not celebrating those big heroes like that. We're thinking about more of those everyday heroes that are just always around us, helping us do some of the things we need to get done. And they also help keep us safe and take good care of us. And right now, with everything going on, that seems more important now than ever, right? There's a lot of people who are stepping up during this whole virus thing to really make sure that we can try to stay safe and healthy and still have the things we need, access to different food and learning, and if we need help from the doctors. And so let's watch this video and then we'll talk a little bit about some everyday heroes, and you can think about who you might want to write to, because part of One Boston Day is you really think about how we appreciate these people now more than ever to help make Boston so special. So let's watch this video and then we'll think about who you can write thank you notes to and use your special letter writing skills for.
You don't have to go leap in tall buildings. You don't need to run with super speed. You just have to be ready and able to help out when somebody's in need. You can be an everyday hero while at school or at home or at play. You can be an everyday hero. Just show kindness and caring each day. Go invite someone new to start playing. If you think that they might need a friend, you can paint your grandparents a picture. Make a card for them that you can send. You can be an everyday hero while at school or at home or at play. You can be an everyday hero. Just show kindness and caring each day. Donate your old books and your toys too. Set the table for mom or for dad. Share your best toy with your brother, or go cheer up somebody who said, no, you can't fly. You're not made of steel, but when you're kind, you're a hero for real. You can be an everyday hero while at school or at home or at play. You can be an everyday hero. Just show kindness and caring each day. Show kindness and caring each day. Show kindness and caring each day.
What did you think? You know what I realized? I totally forgot that you don't have to wear a cape to be a hero. I forgot about superheroes. But these are everyday heroes, and I really liked that song, right? Because it talks about that there's all these people on this list here that are everyday heroes, but anybody can be an everyday hero just by showing kindness. And so really you can be an everyday hero by thinking about who you could show kindness to by writing a thank you letter. And right now, with everything going on, the nurses and doctors, the grocery store employees, the postal workers and the delivery people, sanitation workers, the people who are helping keep everything clean, teachers, your family, emergency workers like the EMT, those are the people who work on the ambulance, the police, the firefighters, and even military people. These are all people who are working really hard right now to help keep our communities safe and 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 and, and comfortable in their homes where they are, right? So I want you to take a minute and look at this list. The nurses, I just watched a really good clip tonight of the nurses getting to go to Fenway Park where they play the Red Sox games. They got to throw at the baseball fields because they're working so hard at the hospital every day, and they're not getting to see their families as much. And so the Red Sox and David Ortiz, Big Papi, invited them to Fenway as a special treat, and they got to go and celebrate a little bit for some of the hard work that they've been doing. The doctors, the grocery store employees, right? Everybody needs food. These people who are going to the grocery store or Target or Walmart right now and going to work every day and stocking the shelves so people can get what they need, that's really important. That's an everyday hero. And the postal workers and the delivery people, I don't know about you, but at my house, there's a lot of delivery trucks going up and down, and the postal workers delivering everything to the people that need it because everybody's trying to stay home, and so people are having more and more things sent directly to their house, right? And sanitation workers, I was thinking of that. We just put our trash out tonight. Monday night tonight's our trash night, and I'm so glad that they come and still clean up the trash for us and help keep where we live clean. And there's also the sanitation workers who work at all those different places, at the post office and the grocery store and the hospitals, helping to keep those places clean, right? To try to get rid of the virus. And then the teachers, they're trying to help bring your learning for you at home, right? This is really different, but they don't want you to have to go without your learning. That's really important. And your families, they're really working to try to help give you everything they need. They get you set up on your computer to do your work, and they help get you your food and take care of you. And then the emergency workers, if there's some sort of accident or you need help, you can call them, and the military people, right? So look at the list and pick who you want to write to. And I think I'm going to write to my delivery people. And I'm going to write this letter and I'm going to post it. We have our front door down on the, our main doorway is a glass door. And I think I'm going to post it right there on the glass tomorrow so that whenever they leave something on our front steps, they'll see my letter. Do you think that's a good idea? So I can celebrate One Boston's Day and they know how important they are? All right. So I'm going to write my letter and I'm going to do delivery people. And I'm going to open up my letter and I'm going to say dear because I don't think I want to say like, hey, hello. I'm going to say dear postal worker or dear delivery people. Because that kind of includes the post office too. They deliver mail. So I'm going to say, dear delivery people. All right? And now my message, this message that we want to send them is what kind of message? Yeah, we want to tell them thank you, right? And I want to think about what do I want to say thank you for. So, dear delivery people, thank you for working so hard to deliver the things people want and need. There must, see, I'm going to try and do 3 ideas, right? I'm not going to just try to leave one. I'm going to try to expand my thinking so they know what I'm really thankful for. Thank you for working so hard to deliver the things people want and need. There must be so many more packages than usual. And I bet you feel really tired, right? Doing all that, carrying those boxes, feel really tired. Thank you for being brave to do your job for us. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to sign this. Remember, I'm going to drop down again. I'm going to sign it. And I think, let me see, go back to that list. What did I say? Oh, you know what? I think that this might be a good one for me to use that word best. Because it's almost like saying, I hope all the best for you, right? So I'm going to write that word best. And I'm going to use my first name. I'm not going to sign it as Pisani. I'm going to just say best Tara, right? And so there is my letter that I can leave posted on my door for an everyday hero tomorrow. Now the other thing is too, because you might have lots of everyday heroes that you want to thank. You can write a letter and use it just on a blank piece of paper, or you could think about doing the address and say who it's to and then drawing your picture to show what you're thankful for and then signing it at the bottom, right? The other thing that you can do is, he even mentioned it in that song. He said you can send someone a card, right? So to make a card is really just a way that you can send a letter. When you do a card, you fold your paper in half, right? And I was telling Ella this trick. I always hold my finger on the one side to keep the corners stuck together, and then I kind of pinch the other side, right? And then we turn our card just like it opens the same way as a book would, right? And on the front of the card, we kind of give like a message, or you can draw a picture or something. And then on the inside, right? You have one side for a picture to draw on, and you have another side, and that's where your letter would go, your message, who it's to, what you want to say, and who it's from. And so I could even do a card, right? We actually sent a card like this to Auntie Megan. She's my sister in law. She works in a nursing home and she's helping to take care of all the patients there because their families can't come to visit because they don't want to spread the germs. And so she's been working really hard. She's trying to help all the nurses and the patients. And she's working hard. So we sent a card like this to her, and on the front we made a big heart. This is, we were talking about. There was this hashtag hearts for healthcare workers. And so you can make a heart to show your love and your care for those people who are working in healthcare, in medicine, with the doctors and the nurses and the patients and the people who need that help. And so we drew a big heart, and you can decorate it. You could do stickers or stamps or just markers, whatever you got. And then you can open it inside and you can write your message again. All right? And so you just put your letter inside the card. So you could do a card, right? And if you didn't want to do a letter, you could also just do a big heart and write thank you right in the middle. That's what we did with Julie, my littlest daughter. She painted the heart, and then in the middle we wrote thank you. So today's Boston One Day, and I want you to think about all the wonderful people in our Boston community who have to be thankful for. Take a minute and use those awesome skills you have for writing letters and tell them how special and important they are to you. All right, kindergarten, thanks for sharing your time with me and letting me learn with you. Bye. Be Boston strong.